Yo, welcome everyone. This is Jesper with VDK, the Australian big guy, playing some 2012 classic format, playing best of five. Asilagor's not in here because we banned that already as per usual, and we're gonna do four decks and then one ban the other. So VDK, would you ban first? So this one here, got it. Goody. So I remove that. And what decks do you have? Mm-hmm. Oh, so I'll go ahead and ban your Darkrai Mewtwo. So, so just to clarify what you're playing CMT, Eels, and Klinklang. And I've got the Igor deck, Darkrai, Trakin, Mewtwo, Mewtwo Eels, and Selby Mewtwo Trakin. Got it there. Good. I think I should start with this. We have to wait till we set up for flipping, right? Yeah. Yeah, you go first no matter what. But it depends on actually my starting hand and stuff. Because if I know it was going second, I would bench a second Pokemon. If I have like Celebi, Shaman Hand perhaps, to avoid dunks. That's the way of that. So yeah, basically the rules of 2012 format is that you set up first, then you flip, and you can do everything you want in your turn one. So attacking is in, you can get the donks in, and you can win very fast games. We had that before. I think Mewtwo DC versus Dynamos a couple of times. Yeah, that too. happens a bit too much. I think like out of the best of fives we play, usually it's one donk per best of five. Yeah. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, got a starter. So tails, please. Yeah. Yeah, Leaks Miracle 2. Good. Yeah, so I can't do anything with this. I think I'll just attach and then Oak. I think maybe if I was going for like super donk right now, per se I wouldn't have gone for attachment there, but like me hitting the donk after using Oak and no Carson starting hand, not too possible. Yeah. Yeah, Celebi. I'll play dual ball. So I'll flip 2 coins for each hets. I'll search out a basic double tails. Yikes. No fun. Random receiver. So I'll flip until I get a supporter. Get an Oak. And then I will just take a look. Portrait. Well, I just want to end that. Because, like, don't want to get away. Also that, and I also don't want you to be able to Juniper discard 2 lightnings turn 1. Even though removing the ends could be good. 3, 6. Yeah, and that's just gonna be a, I think, retreat, pass. Yep. Huh? Well, going for a kill, yeah, going for a kill next turn would be easier this way, because then I get the retreat from Selby. But yeah, of course I'm kind of flagging that I have supported to you, otherwise I wouldn't have done that ever. I got a pawn for you. Yeah. Yeah, DC grass, Mewtwo, Shaman, fighting pawn. Unless I get something up top, yeah, then probably. Sure. Yeah, that's that's a piss straight pawn hand, I think. Yeah, pawn. Yeah, exactly. I have it just a lot. Like, I want to use... Good thing I added the basic tornadoes, because that's good for this matchup, because then I can do the second attack for 80 and then put it down to track in or something like that. That's what I want to do, usually. Well, down to track in. I want to play the normal tornadoes, because it's just one prize. Alright, got something there. Dual ball. That is 1 hats. Yeah. Search out basic. Just gonna check my hand. I actually put... Yeah, it's basic tornadoes. I have to get it printed. I think I'll just play the plus power to play it, so I don't get into it. Shuffle up. Get that out. DC down and pass. Juniper. Yep. So yeah, just for everyone not familiar with the 2012 format, the reason why we're holding our Mewtwo's are basically just so we don't get to go to Mewtwo War too early. Yeah. Even though that Sacrum's looking very tasty for Mewtwo. Yeah, that's pretty okay. I like that. Yeah, that's better for you. Because just, yeah, taking out a Celebi with a Celebi on bench is not too useful for you. Sure. So Hurricane is only basic energy you can move, yeah? Yeah, that sucks. Let's just see here. You put 40 in yourself, so you have 90 left, yeah? So just Tornadus up, draw, play plus power, and random receiver for Juniper. Yeah, they did. They did it at some point. They also try playing the Thunderous, but that was not too good. I think. Yeah. Play second random receiver for punt, and then I think I will. Yeah, play dual ball. 2 hits. Let's go. Search out Trakian and Smeargle. Punt. I should hit an energy off this. That'll be fair. Like usually when you've done these stuff and you've been like, yeah, I'm gonna hit that junk arm for sure or something like that, you were like, oh no. Yeah, I actually pawned it away at DC just like because a basic energy would, yeah, a basic energy would be so much better here. Yeah, just a grass will also be good. Yeah, I got a grass. That's fine enough for me. Yeah, so attach and hurricane. So I do 90 with a plus power, get a prize. Sure. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, that's also why fighting would be huge, because then I could lane crush you off. Yeah. Yeah. That was also what we were thinking of, usually. Because yeah, it's Secrum's still good against Darkrai, and playing double Secrum makes sure that you won't prize it, because usually in almost every matchup. Yeah. Yeah, that too. Yeah, because also Secrum sets a Raikou. Raikou can be Mewtwo'd. Get 5 off the end. Sure. Oh, I had everything for it. No. Like, but besides the DCs, that hand was actually great. Because I got Skyro off the bridge. You end me on Skyro off the prizes. That's what I meant. And then you end me into it again, and then yeah, third time's the charm. Oh, you missed? Yikes. Sure. Draw for turn. Yeah, that is. Skyro. Let's take a look here. I played 2, you played 1, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, Dex Trick Requested, like the only deck that I played with was Plume decks. Actually, only just one Plume deck, because all the other Plume variants we use attacks for like backup, and then yeah, only Selgor would use Beach, and just a 1 count, because they have Relicanth, Pichu, Mew to attack with, so it's actually not. I do like it. So Junk Arm, Mewtwo and 20 is away. Those are fine discards. So I'll grab Random Receiver. Yeah. Yeah, and also discard Mewtwo is fine because I play Revive, so not that I mind it too much. Yeah. Yeah, that. Usually Darkrai Mewtwo waste us that, and then yeah, the decks could be different with the counts and stuff. Juniper for fresh, and got this. Actually, got the catcher off. That's a 5th card. Let's see. I think I'll just switch into Celebi first, because then I could get an extra energy on board. So, Force Breath until Draken, and then Catcher Dynamo. Retreat again with Skyro Bridge, and then retaliate for 60 with weakness. That's gross because I force breathed it. You can see it there. Yep. Yeah, because then I won't be able to portrait into it myself. That's also the good thing about this format. Many people have seen like the 2015, 16 Burst Seeker stuff. Basically what you do here is the same with Junk Arm, Random Receiver. Other than you don't get your supporters back per se, but you still get to use a ton of supporters that way. Yeah, that's also why it's still okay to discard supporters before passing the turnover, for example, so your opponent can't use portrait. Because you can junk arm, discard 2, and then you can get it back a random receiver, which can't be used to portrait, of course. Yep. That's an F. You need a, you just need a plus power. Yeah. You missed both? Yeah, you did, of course. So you missed a kill. Yep. That too. I think I'm just gonna. I'll EV like the benched one. A top deck. Yeah, I top deck Shaman. That's actually not good at top deck. Yep. I'll still attach it so you can't just do the cheap knockout with Smeagol. You have to put an eel up. I think that's fine. Yeah, but still, you need to flip 2 heads instead of 1. So I'll draw 7 of Juniper. Attach fighting. Dual ball. 1 hits. Search out Mewtwo. At least, like, for your good sake, is that I don't have Shaman. That's good. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and Land Crush for 180. Take a prize. I'm down to 3 prizes now. Yep. Yep. And also I got a good idea. I'm just gonna add a text font, um, a scoreboard. Yeah. Sure. I'll pull that up. There you go. Got 7. If you give me a second. Just gonna fix the scoreboard here. There we go. Also, that I can't spell a name. That's actually terrible of me. I put double R instead of double A. Messed that up. There you go. Alright, good. Got a pawn. Yeah. I do. That's how I got my fighting at first. Yeah, there. Yeah. I do. At least at DC can also be retreat for me since I have the Skyrim on play. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I've just figured out you'll be on mute all games, so now you're actually with sound and at the same
Oh,
minus decibel as me. So that's good.
oh, lovely to know. So I haven't hit random receiver in discard yet, so it's really bad. But I'm going to be junipering my hand, so I may as well play the junk arm.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh, you did have outs to catcher, but not random, not fighting energy and catcher. So I'm thinking I'm just going to catcher back up the other Trachian
Yep.
here. And then juniper my hand for 7
Well, I
fresh
did
cards.
technically have outs for fighting and catcher. I have junk arm catcher in hand.
Oh, you did. Shit. Okay, that's me remembering quite poorly. So I probably just lost then, to be honest. Looking really grim for me. Missing N there was massive.
Yep.
Benching the Raiku's really come to cost me here. I should. My best play would be to Dynamotor twice to the Raikou. Sorry, once to the Raikou. So I'm just gonna Thunder Fang you.
Yeah, Fun Ping
And
takes
then
it.
bench a Mewtwo and go twice to a Mewtwo, considering you're at 3 prizes anyway.
Yep.
Retreat into the Mewtwo, and then knock you out with the X-Ball.
Sure.
And that forces you to do something.
Yeah, something. Draw. You have 2 energies in that Mewtwo?
Yes, I do.
Oh, no Eviolite.
Nope. So you can knock me out, but I can hopefully get a revenge kill with my own Mewtwo, and hopefully you draw pretty poorly from there on. I really have no other play.
Junk Arm, Celebi, and Switch.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you do have that in play. So I can just get a plus power here, that's it.
Yep.
So, plus power?
Yep.
Then I'll punt.
Yep. This is one of the reasons I hate Eels, because it hits nothing when you need it.
Yeah, we both actually have pretty slow starts for our decks.
Yeah, especially yours.
Yeah.
Eels got a really good start and got a really poor late game, which is not normal for it, while CMT is the other way around normally.
X-Ball?
Yep, knockout. Perfect.
So I'm
Smiggle.
down to 1. Now it's time to hit the end.
Okay, Mewtwo.
Yep.
DCE. Don't need a Dynamotor yet, I guess, but we know where that's going.
Also, the thing, I get at least 2 turns now, because, yeah, you have to charge up.
Watch power. See, now I'm debating whether I junk arm and burn resources to make it a higher chance of getting the end, but there's also a higher chance that I just lose. So I think I'm gonna portrait you now.
Yeah, got Juniper.
Yeah, cool. I think that just loses me the game, so I'll throw away my hand. Yeah. Super Rod back in Zekrom, Zekrom, Dynamo.
Yeah,
Um, Retreat into Mewtwo. Double Dynamotor to. Actually, do I double? Give me 1 second. Yeah, I can double Dynamotor. Single to Raikou, actually.
yeah. Do you have the N?
Um, no, I do not. No, X-Ball for a knockout.
So, catcher, energy with Tornadus, or fighting, retaliate with
Yeah,
catcher. So, yeah,
that's it.
just grab a knockout on an eel or a Smeargle.
Yeah.
Or just even Raikou, actually. So,
I
that sets me up.
really needed you to be holding your one N there. Yes.
I was lucky I
Want it to
didn't.
be?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, that deck's off. So that means, yeah, whenever we play a game, and if, for example, my CMT deck wins here, that deck's banned for the rest of our series. So with the Darkrai deck, that goes over here, right over here. And then I can pick either Darkrai, Mewtwo, Terrakion, or Eels.
And I can still pick from the three.
You can say pick from free, yes. As long as
Yeah.
you're not playing Darkrai Mewtwo, because I banned yours.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna play this now. Knowing that I can go first is a huge advantage for some setup decks.
Exactly.
That's why I think I'm gonna play this.
That's why you're playing
Yeah.
Clang Clang now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And it means I'm thinking you might go Eels because it has a really good comeback chance. But Pling Plang's also got a decent Darkrai Mewtwo Terrakion matchup. Pling Plang was a very strange deck. It was very good against the majority of the field. What didn't play Lost Remover.
Yeah.
But it auto lost to something what could Lost Remover 5 times due to Junk Arm. It also bricks a lot. So
Or just even a couple of times even. Like, doesn't even have to be 5.
yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
lost
5
remover at
can steals it up.
lost remover at a crucial time, which is like game ending usually.
Lost Remover turn 1 or turn 2 can just finish it. You don't get the trumps, you don't get anything like that.
Yeah, because if you don't get damage in play, it's over.
The deck just falls apart.
Exactly.
Sure, it's spongy, but you gotta also be doing something. It's
Yeah,
got
because
Whale
like
Lord.
otherwise Mewtwo just comes smashing 200, 200, 200, and it doesn't matter.
Yep. So I've led Darkrai.
Yeah, I've let Raikou. So that's a
Yeah.
worst print of my life. That's like undersized and even.
Eviolite Prism, and then I'll pass. As
Oh,
you can see, Clink Clink's doing Clink Clink things.
yeah, level ball. So I'll start getting my Smeargle. The worst thing about it, I have to end you.
Oh, lovely.
So a junk arm, catcher, and energy for level ball. I think I'll get the other Dynamo actually. That's a better play here.
Yeah.
And then I could I'll play the end. So here I'm just valuing my own setup over him drawing dead because like if we're both drawing dead, he just attach, and he can Knight Spear. So that's not good for me. And yeah, I
Yeah.
have to focus on my own setup in this case.
My hand was very, very poor there, and it wasn't going to be Night Spears coming anytime soon.
Yeah, but the change of view if you're drawing dead, you just with a bunch of energies is still high. Like
Yeah. I had a bunch of max potions though, and Darkrai with only 1 energy or no energy is extremely hard for Eels to kill. So I
yeah,
had multiple turns to draw out of it anyway. And
exactly.
having such a high max potion count, as long as you don't leave Lone Clink, ensures that you are at a lower chance of getting dunked.
Yeah, I'll get one heads up your dual ball.
Yep.
So I'll take a Dynamo with Spark this time. I'll attach a level ball. So actually to get the first Dynamo in play. I think I'll take the Spark one still.
Yep.
Actually, let me just check here. Because I forgot if I play Evier Lights or not. I'm supposed to not play Evier Lights in this.
Yeah, I don't think it's very good in Eagles.
So I'll play down Mewtwo. I will, after I shuffle up, I'll just play Ram Receiver.
Yeah.
Because I
Do you
know.
go for the early game Mewtwo strategy? So Klinklang doesn't often play Mewtwo, it generally plays Cavalion to counteract Mewtwo. The issue with Cavalion is you can just switch and retreat, and then you can take huge knockouts.
And remove
Um,
2 to 3 energies off board easily.
yeah, which is huge. And to kill a Mewtwo, you have to have not 8 energy on you. 8, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
That's
So that
180.
makes it
Even if
really
I
hard.
did play Evier Light, I had to hit 9 on me. Portrait?
Yeah, so I'm holding Junk Arm, Clink, Metal, Heavy Ball, Pont, and Rare Candy.
So that's a punt. So I think off like one supporter, this is a pretty good start. Like that's
Yeah.
almost picture perfect. I even
Portrait, depending on what your hand was potentially even greedy. You might not have needed that.
well,
It just makes it
I
hard to
do know
retreat
you're
next
not
turn.
playing Juniper, so therefore my portrait's kind of safe.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Cause
That's another weird thing about Kling Klang is it plays 4 Pont, 4 and 1 Copycat.
yeah,
So it doesn't play Juniper because you don't want to discard candies, you don't want to discard max potions, you don't want to discard energy.
junk arms.
Yeah, and it's only on a very slim junk arm count as well, just due to space and running a stage 2, running multiple energy, Eviolites, max potions.
Exactly. So I think with
Very strange deck.
this plus power and pass.
Raw. I'm going to attach. I'm going to bench a Clank. I'm going to play a Heavy Ball
Yep. Get your second one.
for a Clank. And the thing is, Jesper knows my hand here. So I'm happy to sort of talk out my play. And
Yep.
now, because I've got 2 Clank down, I'm not particularly scared of anything Jesper can throw at me. I'm holding Rare Candy, Junk Arm, a card what he doesn't know, and Oak. So next turn I know I can Junk Arm 2 cards, Heavy Ball, Candy, Cling Clang, no matter what. So I'm just going to hold it here and force Jesper to have an end here. So I'm going to just pass instead of punting because I can guarantee myself Cling Clang.
Yeah, that's definitely the right play to do.
Yeah.
So that puts pressure on me to get an N here. So that's why I'm going to attach Raikou, use Portrait because I know you have to punt. And then I can also see the last card you have.
Other card is Max Potion. So that's a card I'll run multiple of, so discarding it isn't so bad for me.
Yeah. So basically you have to discard your top deck with Junk Arm to get the Heavy Ball, and then you can Rare Candy Cling Clang. And once you get that into play, that's where this matchup actually kind of grinds to a halt. Because then it makes me way tougher for me to get knockouts.
Yeah, Max Potion makes it extremely hard. The fact that I can hit with a Groudon into a Darkrai.
Let's just see here. And also you have 2 energies in play. It's not like you're missing an energy as well. So I get to 6 here. And actually, I didn't get that. So what I'm going to do here is that I'll Junk Arm, get away, Smeargle, and switch. And I'll
Yeah.
actually go ahead and high roll it here for a random receiver into N.
Yeah.
There you go. I had to
And
do
you
that.
hit it.
N?
That's just such a strong play, though. As long as I don't hit Clunk Clank. If I hit Clunk Clank, then
It doesn't
all the
matter.
way. But
Yeah, but if I get the knockout on top of this with Volt Bolt, that's perfect. But I need double eel switch.
yeah.
Because I already have the 2 lightnings to discard. And we whiffed. So I think I'll just catch a Clink to make sure you won't Night Spear next turn. Or do my best to.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and I'll just pass it over.
Yeah. Draw. So, I don't have it yet, which is probably something you'd love to hear.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I have a rainbow, which I'm going to attach to the Darkrai, because I don't think the 10 damage matters unless you hit plus powers. Got a heavy ball. Gonna grab a Clang, which will evolve active. So I'm doing that so you have to Bolt active instead of Mewtwoing it for cheaper. It makes you burn another energy if you want to. I assume you don't want to, but hey, what do you know? Now, and I'll try and hit Candy Clang Clang here. If I hit Candy Clang Clang, I'm in an extremely strong position. Nope, don't get that, but that's okay. And then I will just pass, knowing that you have to try and kill this Clang. Are you on mute, Jesper?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There we go.
I
Yeah.
took it as you're passed over, so it's good.
Yeah, I passed.
I'll just dual ball. Check my deck, double hets. So basically, what I'm checking for here is that my outs of hitting stuff that I want. That's good. So I do want DC and Mewtwo. I just want to check if it's too greedy just to attach it right now, or if I have to wait. And I think waiting is the best out here, so make sure that I can Volt Bolt next turn here. So I'll punt. And this match was actually also the finals of US Nationals that year, if you forgot that.
Yeah. I remember it was top four got the paid trip
Yep.
that year. It wasn't just winner.
Hmm.
So I don't. Do you even remember what they were playing for? Was it just bragging rights?
Money. Scholarship, I think.
Prizing back in the day wasn't as huge as it is now.
You have the money.
Now prizing is insane.
Yeah, because, like, winning US Nats was, of course, the biggest back in the day.
Yeah,
Well,
but it still wasn't that much. It was only like 2,500, wasn't it?
yeah, it was not, like, no money compared to today.
Yeah, and now you get 25,000, 10,000.
10,000 for winning in AIC, yeah. Got level ball. Let's see what I have left here. Good.
It'll be interesting to see if price support stays the same after COVID or not.
I think it will, probably. Yeah, chances are it will.
I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with a whole new system, to be honest.
The bigger, the better.
Yeah, of course.
Attach DC here. Portrait.
Okay, so I'm holding N, Eviolite, Rainbow, Clang Clang, Eviolite, Font.
I'll punt. Because if I get the knockout on a Clank, that's huge. That means you have the top deck.
Yeah, it also means I'm Night Spearing again, which is pretty big. But knowing that I have Clang Clang means you can't target just the Clank.
Yep. And I missed. Electric. One Dynamo to Mewtwo. I think the second one goes to Raikou.
Yep.
And then pass turn. Yeah.
Yep. That's a pretty underwhelming turn in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, with the
So
turn one
go
I
Clink
had, I
Clink,
was expecting way more.
Rainbow to the Clink.
Sure.
That would take 10 there. So I'm putting the Rainbow on the Clink so that I can shift it up to the Clink Clink and then Clink Clink stays fresh. Knowing you didn't have switch outs, I'm just going to punt instead of end. Also,
Yep.
to allow you to draw 6 instead of like maybe 2, what I can make you draw a late game. Right now, I'd be sort of looking for other attackers where I can eat bench and Eviolite. Then it allows me to use cards like Groudon, like Kyogre's not as good here, but it's also an option. Unluckily, I didn't find any of them. I'm going to retreat into Darkrai so I can Night Spear, because that seems pretty important here.
Yeah. Also, you get
Um,
actually, with this matchup, you usually don't get price advantage, but this time you do, and that just makes it way easier for you.
yeah, what's interesting about this deck is it didn't play Twins, even though Twins is in format. I thought that'd be a pretty important card for the deck, but
Turn one.
it doesn't seem to play any.
You need to get a Clinks down first, right? So, like the Meganium
Yeah,
version, the Meganium Vileplume deck, which was actually essentially the same, played Twins, but that was of course a Vileplume deck. So,
yeah,
of course that didn't play Max Potion and stuff like that. But like with that version, I
yeah.
think it's better to have more supportive utilization than just Twins.
It might be better than the Copycat though, thinking about it.
Might.
Who knows?
Yes.
Might. So I'm gonna Night Spear and hit the Raikou.
Yep. Makes sure you can do Groudon
Knock it
on
out
it.
with a Groudon.
Yeah, exactly. So let's put up Raikou here.
Yep,
Oh, I draw two cards, so I just take the top one instead. Because he's stuck.
yep,
So Ultra Ball, Zekrom, and Maxbot.
yep. And so Eels doesn't often play cards like Shaman. Some
Yep.
of them do, some don't. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable that you can't kill my Darkrai here.
Yeah, like if I had Shaman in this spot, that would be huge, right? But
Oh yeah,
of course, in your seat, you shouldn't be expecting Shaman. You'd be rather surprised if I hit you with one. So I'll just go ahead and Oaks here. I'll go ahead and Dynamotor. Attach these. And I'll Volt Bolt your Clink.
yep. Volt the Clink.
Get a prize.
Yep. Raw. Okay, so right now you're offering sort of me to be able to take a KO, but the Mewtwo to be able to revenge kill,
Yep.
which is very scary.
Yeah, because then I wash a ton of energy off your board.
Shame there's not much I can really do about it. I can go Junk Arm away, a rare candy that I don't really need anymore, and a Kyogre. See, Kyogre can be very good if you have a very slow setup, and I'm starting to kill Dynamos, but
Yeah.
it's weak to Raikou, weak to Zekrom, so it's pretty bad. So
Yeah.
grab the Heavy Ball.
It's better versus Vileplume decks, of course, because then you just sit
The
there
Heavy Ball.
behind it, do dual splash, double oddish. They have to bench free oddish to actually get around it, and then you just clog up
Yeah,
their board. So just putting down Kyogre against every Vileplume deck just makes it way easier to play against, because then your board would be so clunky.
I'm gonna retreat.
Because then they only have space for one BU, and in that spot, they would just miss it off an N at some point.
We'll move up a Rainbow and a Prism. I'm gonna Giant Claw, so that does 240 damage because of weakness. I'll take the knockout on the Raikou.
Yep. So now it's about time that I try to push out and get a big knockout. So Klinklang, I need to hit 8 energies, which is actually what I'm trying to do here. Believe it or not. Because if I kill Klinklang here, that's huge. Because then you can't Mewtwo me right back.
Would really just destroy my board setup.
Yeah, because if I kill Klinklang, you're in a spot where you can't Mewtwo me back.
Yeah.
So I'll play down Mewtwo. Juniper, Pawnet, and Super Rod.
There's a lot of commitment there.
Well, I gotta commit fully to actually get this. And we got it. So there's 6 energies with the DC there. 7, 8. Switch. Yep. Catcher Klinklang.
Yep.
KO.
KO. Yep. So that's really, really bad for me, and it puts you back down to 2 prizes.
Yeah. So it's also like it fixed my price rating.
Yep. So I'm gonna go Pokemon Communicator a Groudon back in.
Yep.
Gonna grab a Clank.
And also, if I get an energy attached on this Mewtwo, you can't Mewtwo me back, because next turn we know that I'm taking 2 prizes. Likely.
I could. The answer is I could capture an Electrike and then force you to capture my Mewtwo.
Yeah.
An option. It's not a great option, but it is an option nonetheless.
Better than doing nothing, but yeah.
There's no reason to me not benching Eviolite and Mewtwo.
No.
A random receiver. Get a copycat to hand.
Yep.
How many cards in your hand, Jesper?
5.
5, okay. So right now I just need you not to hit catcher. That's pretty much the story of it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go N.
Sure.
Right here, I'd really like a catcher on the board for next turn. Probably not going to happen. I'm drawing 3 cards, so I'm asking for a lot here. Okay, so I've got a rainbow, what I can attack for my Mewtwo, which means you need capture, and I'm just going to retreat into Groudon. And I'm just going to use Giant Claw for 80.
Yep. So I do have the knockout set up for that.
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and play plus power.
Yep.
Play it on that Mewtwo, and then I'll play N.
Yep.
Get 4.
Thing is, Darkrai can be very hard to KO here.
Yep.
So you would need capture again, more than likely. Depending on how many Dynamiters you have available.
Lightning, dual ball, double hits.
Grab. Wow.
Grab nothing.
Yep. How many cards left was that, Jesper?
2.
2? Okay, so I'm probably screwed here. We'll see how we go, though.
And X-Ball for knockout.
Yep, that's pretty huge. Okay, so I'm going to promote my Darkrai, because that's killing you right now. Draw. Bench my... No, another Darkrai, sorry. Not my own Darkrai. It's another. So if I attach to Mewtwo, I lose. I've got a Metal in hand, which doesn't really help me. How many energies on that Mewtwo? That's currently 8, so it's not killing my bench Darkrai, which is pretty important to know. Yep. I'm going to play a Revive onto a Groudon just to thin out a Revive.
Yep.
I'm going to play an N.
Sure, I'll draw 2, but that's still enough if I get what I need.
Potentially the right play was to attach to Mewtwo and knock you out and hope you don't have an energy left in deck.
Yep.
Because you're only drawing 2 cards. you probably have more capture out than energy out, and then you have to attach dynamo to dynamo to retreat. That was a potential option, but I'm just going to back myself in to hit the energy here. Unluckily I don't. So
Ooh.
I'm going to go heavy ball for right on the hand. Going to retreat to Darkrai without anything.
Yep.
Capture an eel. Then I'll pass. Let's see if Jesper has any switch outs left.
So I got 160 here. I need to hit 200, yeah?
Yeah.
I can do that with DC and switch.
Oh, yep, that would do. Damn.
My deck was literally off that N. My deck was double max potion, junk arm, switch, DC energy. That's a
What, so there was a chance that you missed there?
yeah, there
Not a
was.
very high chance.
There's actually a pretty good chance I whiffed. Like those two cards were the perfect cards off that 6 combination.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Well, you're drawing 3, so even Junkarm, you could have grabbed a... No, you didn't have a supporter left, so you couldn't have grabbed a random receiver.
Yeah, there was no supported left. Well, of course, getting the free there, hitting half my deck, so it's still likely per se, but under 50% still.
Yeah.
So that's that deck, and we'll fix it to... It was supposed to be like
You
that.
also had no capture out. Oh, you had Junkarm as a capture out.
Yeah, Jungle has a capture out next turn, if you
Yeah.
decide to promote Clink or something. So yeah, that's going to be a 2-0 in my favor.
Yeah.
Which means I switched my last deck, and you know what that is.
That is Darkrai Mewtwo Terrakion.
Yeah.
See, that has a very good Eels matchup, I believe.
Yeah,
In my opinion. I think
I have a
beats Eels
track in,
pretty
that's an extra
favorably.
thing. Like, usually Dark Card just
Yeah.
goes for an Speed Eel, but in this case, I can also track in to make sure that it's way more awkward for you to draw prices, because for you, knocking out a tracking with Light, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible without using a Mewtwo, which then just gets revenge killed.
Yeah, and then I'm...
So even if I do get a win with Cling Clang here, getting a win with Eels is extremely hard, which is why I sort of want a Cling Clang just to win there. Then hopefully I could have cheesed out Eels for the rest of the games. But we'll see how we go here.
And how much did we wager for this match?
Are we doing 50 as we normally do?
Yeah, 50 was we normally do after I got my job.
Yeah.
That's the standard rate after we went from 20 to 50 after I got my new job. That's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Darkrai start.
Tracking. Straddle stuff. Draw.
Well, almost the same as
I'm gonna
tracking.
attach a prism, and then I'm gonna pass.
Okay, I'll draw. Attach pond. It's a good thing about it here, I get some time before you eventually get Clinks into play, because I just want to knock out those.
Yeah.
Draw 6. Dual ball. 1 hits. I'm gonna just grab Smeargle just to peek at your hand.
Yeah. It can give you pretty good knowledge just to know what exactly is in there and what exactly you're going to be facing over the next couple of turns.
Exactly. And also, it's a good guy to have, really. So I'll retreat into him.
Yeah.
I'll play Light. I'll play the random receiver just in case. So this is just a way for me to make sure that I have better odds of drawing better, per se. Like, I'm just
Duncombe now becomes an outdoor supporter.
basically, that's what we're doing. And just to make sure I don't get in into Junk Arm and then have no supporter in hand, I can still use Junk Arm for random receiver. So that's good. Portrait.
Okay, so I'm holding Catcher, Max Potion, Rare Candy, Max Potion, Rainbow, Max Potion.
That's a brick.
It's a lovely playing hand.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and pass the turn.
Raw. Okay, luckily we top deck a random receiver. And I know I won't be getting rid of all my max potions because I don't play Juniper, so I'll be a Pont.
And that's also a reason why you
Uh,
play Juniper. Why you don't play Juniper an extra one.
that hand would have been awful to get rid of. That would have been almost game losing. I assume you agree with that? Rainbow. Um, so we're going to catch up your Darkrai here just to put some more pressure on. We're going to Pont. Well, just be there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just catching up your Darkrai and then Ponting.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to Heavy Ball and we're going to grab a single Clink. It's going to be pretty hard for you to Night Sphere here, plus Catcher. And even if you do, you're not attacking my Groudon, and then I can probably get a revenge kill. So definitely worth mentioning a Clink here. And then I'm going to just Tromp. So it would normally do 40, but this time it only does 20, but that's still enough to activate Giant Claw next turn. Then I'll hit 10 to the bench Smeargle.
Yeah, of course. Look at the Prismon there. I'll
Yeah,
Juniper.
yeah. You didn't think to Super Scoop up and try and heal the Smeargle? It's not really worth it.
Well, I should have actually. May I?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, go ahead. I don't think it
Yeah,
matters.
Tails. So it doesn't matter too much. Um, I had just had Darkness Energy. This would actually been fine. So I think I'll just go ahead and actually bench the Smeargle. Go for Ultra Ball.
So now that 20 from Trump is really putting pressure on you to retreat here,
Yep.
because I can follow up with a Giant Claw KO, which would be pretty devastating for you. Losing all your energy on board. Only one of
Exactly.
them being catchable as well. But as we said, it can also just get destroyed by a Lost Remover right now. If you Lost Remover, Junk Arm, Lost Remover, it would be pretty much game.
Yep. Tails, retreat into this Smeargle and Portrait.
So I'm holding N, Prism, Rainbow, Kyogre, Max Potion. So I'm
Yeah.
actually really liking an N here for myself. It saves me playing mine. Gives me a chance hitting Cling Clang outright or supporting into it next turn. Also Catcher.
So
Does take away the energy.
what I want here is I can't even hit enough to actually get this. Like I want a Junk Arm and a Patch, stuff like that.
Switch out.
That's
So you'd need a Super Scoop up heads and you'd leave yourself no supporter. Which would
yeah.
be not worth it in the slightest.
Eviolite, Junk Arm, discard the Ugly EDC. Lul. Think we'll pick the Super Scoop up and go for it. Why not? Because you need to put pressure on, otherwise
Yep.
Giant Claw's gonna destroy me. So that's a Heads.
Heads. Yep.
And take the Smeargle. Bench the other one, Portrait.
You're gonna miss. So I've got Metal, Max Potion, Clink, Prism, Random Receiver, Rare Candy.
Yeah, and that's a yikes. That's just a straight up yikes.
Well, luckily I got Random Receiver. Otherwise that would be a pretty losing hand.
So what I'll do here is that I will Shaman. I
Yep.
think I'll just do all but one and then one to the Smeargle here.
Yep.
And then I'll go ahead and pass turn.
So I'm gonna draw. Okay, so my hand just got a lot better. So I'm going to attach a Prism. Going to Junk Arm, a Clink, and a Max Potion for a Heavy Ball.
Yep.
And as you know, I was already holding the Rare Candy, so that's huge. Because now I can Candy into Cling Clang, which will be game-changing because this deck finds it so much harder to kill Cling Clang. So Candy, Cling Clang, I've already attached a Prism for turn, so then I'll Random Receiver. Or an N, and then I'll play the N, of course.
Good.
So right now I'd be really wanting a Pokemon catcher here to be able to bring up the Eviolite Darkrai with the energy and slap into it. That puts so much pressure on Jesper's board. It means, or even a Kyogre would be huge actually. Kyogre and a Darkrai, so I can retreat and Dual Splash and hit Jesper's Darkrai and Jesper's Mewtwo, putting them both in KO for Giant Claw range. Should be massive for me here. Um, Fortunately I miss a lot because it's me. So I don't think I'm going to Giant Claw here because it's not worth opening up a bench space. Actually, it might just be better to take the prize. You can't necessarily retreat, though, which would be pretty huge. I'm going to elect to just take the prize and Giant Claw here for knockout.
Sure.
Got an Eviolite down, it's going to be extremely hard for you to kill me. Means you get your retreat next turn, but it also means you need Dark Patch. I don't think there's a Dark in bin yet, is there?
There's. I did for the Super
There
Scout
is?
last turn, discarded Dark.
Yeah.
So I'll punt.
You'll need to hit a Dark Patch though, and that's only to Night Spear me. And I can also Max Potion that, and it's not enough to kill me as is, because of VP Light.
Yeah, so Dark Patch.
Yep, so you've hit the Dark Patch.
I'll go ahead and Portrait.
Portrait, so that's going to show you a Candy, a Rainbow, Mewtwo, N, and Eviolite. So you're going to be N'ing.
Yes.
Take that once again, as my hand wasn't amazing. Really looking for a Max Potion, probably a Darkrai and Eviolite here, and then a Supporter. I'll pretty much take a Max Potion and a Basic at this point. Because I can't move the Prisms to a Kling Kling, of course.
You could try.
It wouldn't be the best decision. I'd only leave them aimed at Gear Grind.
Well, you couldn't Gear Grind with Prisms, so...
Yeah, you could with a Rainbow, because it's Metal Colorless.
Oh, yeah. They'd be stuck. But yeah. Night Spear?
Yeah. That would do 70. And 30 to the Kling Kling.
Yeah.
The damage becomes quite annoying to the Kling Kling once it racks up twice. So right now I wouldn't be really fearing anything, but I'll go Heavy Ball for another Groudon. I think that's quite an important card here. I could have gone Kyogre and hit the Mewtwo and the Darkrai, but I feel like it's more important just to slap into this Darkrai for as much as I can. Gonna bench another Clink. Gonna move the energy off to the bench Groudon. Oh wait, actually, look, I'm moving it back up in the Max Potion, then move them back up, of course. I'll attach to the Groudon. I think I'm just gonna end. May as well.
Sure.
Myself in new hands. Not really anything I was holding on to, what I really wanted to badly. Could get an Eviolite for Groudon, that would be pretty huge, even though I think the damage is going straight to the Kling Kling. Oh, so I'm only drawing 5, not 6 now. Okay, pretty good hand to hold. So I am more than happily going to move a Prism to the Groudon Metal up, and then I'm going to Giant Claw for 140.
Yeah, so that puts a ton of pressure on.
Yeah. Especially after the Max Potion as well.
Exactly. Just dropped a pair of pants from my chair.
Oh, lovely.
Well, at least I'm in a position where I can wear pants, that's good. So, you got no damage on you because of Max Pot. That's not good.
Only 30 on the Kling Kling. Now, this pressure at Kling Kling, if he could have hit Lost Removers, if he was straight Darkrai, had early, that would have been massive, because I wouldn't have been hitting, or I would be less likely to hit.
If it could Mewtwo
Instead of
knock
jump
out,
on.
if it could Mewtwo knock out you plus Lost Remover as well.
Yeah.
So I'll attach Evilite to that Mewtwo. I need 10 total. I have 4 right now. What if I plus power?
Even if you do that, I can also just revenge kill you with my Mewtwo if I hit all the pieces.
Yeah,
Which would
that's
pretty much be game ending.
what I want you not to do, but I think I have to go all in this spot. So
Yep.
retreat. Shaman. So that's 5.5 energies on mine. Juniper Catcher, Mewtwo N.
Yep.
My attachment for turn is 6.5. Jungarm, Terrakion. Ultra Ball. That's 7 energies.
Yep. You've
And then
attached already, so you would need
switch. That's good. So
yep,
1,
it's
2,
10.
3,
Yep.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
Yep, perfect. Um yeah,
But
it's really bad for
if you
me.
hit Darkrai Mewtwo energy here, that's gonna be
Blink, sure.
tough. Yeah.
Okay, Darkrai. So
But a good thing about it, you only play Pokemon Communication as a straight out to Mewtwo, right?
yes. Or
So,
just hitting Mewtwo, which is hopefully the plan. I haven't played a Pokemon yet this game. Junkarm's not straight up and out. So we're gonna go Junkarm, Cobalion, Candy, because Cobalion doesn't really achieve me anything here. And then we're gonna hit Random Receiver. Random Receiver will hit me an N to hand. To the Darkrai. I'm gonna Max Potion the Clang just because it gives me more cards in deck, and then I'm gonna end.
yep.
I'll grab 5, you'll grab 4. If I hit the Mewtwo here, it's pretty much curtains for you, I'd think.
I think that's over. Yeah, if you get Mewtwo here, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't have enough resources to actually get back at that.
Oh, there we go. And I even hit the Eviolite to go on it.
Yeah,
So
GG.
I'll move up for 3. Yeah, knockout.
Yeah,
Just removing all the energy there
if
is
you did
just
if you didn't hit
insanely
that,
powerful.
my out was essentially just going for a catcher play on her Kling Klang.
Your out was just hitting me every turn. You pretty much lost.
Yeah, but
Like,
if you hit the Mewtwo turn after, that's also going to be pretty bad for me. That's why I wanted to take out your Kling Klang N. But my hand was actually good enough for that before
yeah.
you end. Because if I took out
Thing
your
is,
Kling Klang
Clang
N,
also doesn't play DCE,
yeah,
so it can't just surprise Mewtwo. But you also have at least 2 games of Darkrai going first here. So
that's huge.
it should still be curtains for me. It's nice to get Clang out of the way. Debatably, I should have played Eels, because Eels is much harder to win with.
So yeah, your Kling Klang takes it out. Usually I had a lot of trouble at the start, but when I switched around to going really aggro Mewtwo, I've had at least a 50% win rate against it, just because like it's so hard for you to deal with Mewtwo. Um, Even though you play your own, because then I would just play a little bit smaller Mewtwo, knock out your E-Access. You have to swamp your Mewtwo before it gets way too out of hand. Then I'm respawning my Mewtwo, and then yeah, you have to hit revive to actually have a shot thereafter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got 2 games of Darkrai going first. That's a good spot, I think.
Yeah, it's a great spot to be in. I know which end I'd rather be on. Especially knowing that you have to play Eels.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no. Uh, Bench.
oh, fun.
Juniper.
Oh, So the reason you bench that Shaman, people might think that's weird. It's not because you want to get donked. It's because you want to be able to super scoop up and grab it back.
Yeah. Attach, retreat, portrait.
Deece, Juniper, Eviolite, Deece, fighting, switch.
Oh no.
Oh, is that triple junk arm in?
Yeah.
Damn, that is not the winning play. Hey,
Oh,
at
that's
least you
not.
hit
That's
dark
not.
patch
That's
there.
not. That's not even.
Oh, it's not even
I
legal.
don't even
Oh
have.
wow.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, that's awful. And it's gonna be really hard for you to get darks in the bin because you only have ultra balls really in one junk arm, and you wouldn't want to use that junk arm just to get darks in bin.
Nope. Plus power.
Yep. Is that even correct?
I think that's actually not correct when you think about it, because I
Yeah,
need to hit
no.
100.
Yeah, because you're just giving it. Yeah, you're just leaving it out.
Oh no. I think I'll just pass here.
Yeah,
That's
awful.
one of
Draw.
that's. I think that's
Right.
almost the worst
Starting
start I have a Darkrai
awful.
ever.
So I top decked a Juniper, so I'm going Juniper away, Deece, Deece, Juniper switch. Which is pretty poor as well, but I really have
Yeah.
no place to complain here. Smeargle. Junkarm, Potion, and Elm for switch. Sorry, Potion and Oak, not Elms. There would be no reason to play Elms. Switch, and then I'll Portrait.
Gotcha. Punt.
Lovely. Right now, even if I hit something like Skyra, I wouldn't play it down just because I want to make Jesper have to hit maximum to get this Darkrai.
Yeah.
Can I see that hand again, Jesper? It was Pont Pont Dark Patch, Dual Ball. Yeah, that's an awful hand. So I'm
Yep.
more than happy just to stick you with that, I think. Second Trakian down, which you're probably not hitting anything, and then I am happy to just pass it.
Yep. Plus power. Dual ball. 2 hats. Take Tracky Mewtwo. Mention both. Attach. Punt. That's good. I earned that.
Got the switch out as well.
Nope.
Oh,
Of course not. What do you expect?
I get the lot. It's asking way too much after the start you've had.
Well, like if I got everything here, that I think that'd be fair after my start. But yeah, portrait
Yeah. Portrait, so I'm holding Deece, Mewtwo, Mewtwo, Shaman, N.
and
I'm more than happy to end there because I'll probably, if you get the knockout, I'll probably still get an energy, and it means I don't have to burn one of my only end.
yeah, how many plus power in bin?
In my discard,
Yeah.
0. Is that an Eviolite Darkrai? No, it's not.
No, no, no. I want to make it, but yep. Patch. Pass.
Whoa. Okay. So grass to the Trakian because it's not in much threat. I can sort of take my time here. Jewel Ball. Double heads. Tornadus. Celebi. Bench Torn. I guess I'll bench Celebi here. Then I'll Pont. On the off chance, or I can't really hit anything what matters too much. But I can also portrait. I don't even know if I would, depending on what my hand is. It just allows me to take more time to get my setup. I'm gonna play the energy search for the fighting to hand. And then I'm just going to pass my...
Yep. Draw. Attach Prism Juniper. Portraits.
So with my portrait, I am in fact holding Fighting, Dees, Shaman, Smeagol, plus power, grass energy.
So I can't Darkrai you. That's what you're telling me.
Basically, that was the whole plan here. Was just hold it all in hand, have the energy search in bin in case you hit an N. Then that means Junk Arm's now fighting out. And pretty much I just said, no, how about you don't knock out my Smeagol? And even if you do, I'm only a catcher away from killing that. Even if you don't, I'm only a catcher away from killing that Darkrai. It's extremely threatening for you. Or catcher switch, sorry.
I'll put up track and pass.
Or okay, so you didn't support her, did you?
I did Juniper.
No, you did. You Junipered. Okay, fighting, plus power, portrait.
You get 4 Darks, a DC Mewtwo, and a Junk Arm.
Okay, that's a cool hand, I guess. Pass.
Now I'm just playing a good game of chicken. Attach. Oak.
If you're on the bench tracking, it makes it so awkward as well.
Yep.
It's just a sitting time bomb for you, really. Shaman's already down, so you need to scoop up. You've already got 1 scoop up in bins. You'd have to junk arm it. You might have 2 even, but 3 junk arm down.
I'm down 3 Junk Arms and a Super Scoop Up.
Yeah.
Pass. Yeah.
Pass? Yep. Sure. Attach to Smeagol portrait.
Gonna be done.
It is then. Yep. Come on, capture, junk arm, capture plus power. Even a capture just to kill the Darkrai. That will just pretty much wrap it up. Really happy that wasn't Juniper, as I was holding double Shaman there. But honestly, any supporter would have done me at that point. Anything just advances the game more. Break the Smeagol. And then I'll land Crush for 90.
Okay, so that's best case scenario for me here.
It's a pretty bad case scenario still. Like,
Yeah.
that's of course not what you want.
For sure, but still better than what I could have had.
Yeah, of course.
I think I'll wait with attaching that. Cards in hand?
Holding 6. I just end on the tap.
Yeah, Night Spear.
I'll do 70,
So
and then 30 will go where?
Let me check how many plus bars I used. I think 30 a tracking.
Yeah, perfect. Draw. Okay, so let's go. Junkarm, Mewtwo, and Switch. Plus power. Junkarm, Switch, and Grass. Potion. Heal down to 40. Haunt for 6.
Yeah, that potion is actually huge.
That's a lot of commitment, but it also just means you need to hit plus powers or attack me with a Mewtwo. And if you attack me with a Mewtwo, you're on odds and I'm on evens, and then I can just enter a Mewtwo war. I'm CMT. I probably don't lose a Mewtwo war ever.
Yeah. I also think we're just gonna concede this game. Those free
Yep.
junk arms down just gonna make. And my prices were this, so never mind.
Yeah, I prized double catcher, so it was going to be very hard for me if you didn't night spear me.
Yeah.
But had to take a risk eventually.
So we're up.
Oh,
You're making the comeback 2-2.
cool. But now I'm playing Eels.
Good old Eels.
How many times do you reckon I've choked sets 2-0 up with Eels?
Too many. I think most of the money I made off you has been.
After me playing Eels.
Yeah. Where you're just
I
like.
really gotta invest in another deck, don't I?
Also, I'm playing Trakian, so that's actually making it way worse for you. Because just a turn 2 Trakian attacking is actually almost better than a Darkrai.
Yeah, that just puts a ridiculous amount of pressure on. Zekram's so hard to kill it, especially if it's EV lighted. It just doesn't trade well. Maybe a Tornadus is worth in this deck saying that, because it can kind of deal with Trakian. Not really well. Like, it still gets answered by Mewtwo. But Trakian just can't one-shot it, which is really nice. So maybe that is the play.
Mulligan? First one to set.
Yep.
And mulligans weren't really common with these types of decks because they play bare basics, so.
Yep.
Start Trakian.
I've started Mewtwo and a Dynamo.
Okay, draw for turn. Thing. Plus power, attach Juniper. At least not for free junk arms this time.
Yep.
So I'll put down Darkrai. And I'll go ahead and pass over to you.
Draw. Okay, I'm going to touch a DCE, bench a Mewtwo. So right now I'm thinking go very aggressive, try and just overwhelm you, and...
Good.
Yep. Jail free card for you.
At least I also got Dark and Bins. That's actually good.
Yeah. I'm just hoping you don't get a Mewtwo Dace plus power here. That would activate a Mewtwo War way too early for Eels to keep up with, I think.
Yeah, it could be.
Dynamo down. Export for 60.
Sure. Draw. Ultra Ball, Dark, and scoop up.
Yep.
Mewtwo.
Really
Eviolite.
makes me think that you have it here.
DCE, Darkrai, Pont.
Yep. That now opens up Ultra Ball, plus power. There's all outs, which should be pretty bad.
Yep. Also, just hitting it for 160 won't be game ending because I can still Night Spear next turn if that happens.
Yeah, of course.
Because that did happen. Yeah, I'll do it for 160.
Hit me for 160? Yep. 664. Draw. Okay, so gonna go attach, eel, and then we're gonna X-ball for a knockout.
Sure. Tracking Eviolite. N?
Pont, you mean?
Oh, Pont. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Did try to embed you there. I did have it in hand. Sorry.
Yeah, all good. I'm pretty sure you've pretty sure I want an end there, if anything. So I didn't support her, I just attached attack to eel.
Yeah, that was my thinking there. Dark Patch. So yeah, still not in a whirly. Got that knock on that last turn. Dual ball. One hats.
One hit. Yep.
Grab the Smeargle.
Interesting that you picked the Smeargle there. It shows that you don't have the attach in hand, otherwise you would just grab the Shaman. You could also just have the fighting in hand, which would be extremely threatening. Yep, there's the fighting.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I just want to make sure for next turn. So yeah,
Yep.
retaliate. Gonna grab that
Yep.
knockout there.
Make a knockout. Promote the eel. Draw. Okay, I got very lucky here. I'm gonna go level ball for Dynamo. We're gonna go Dynamo for Mewtwo. Switch to Mewtwo. Now I'm gonna Juniper Max Potion Max Potion Catcher.
Yep.
Okay. Jewel Ball. Double Tails.
Oof.
Junk Arm 2 Lightning for Jewel Ball. One Heads. So off that I'm going to grab Smeargle. Mewtwo. Dynamite to Smeargle. I'm going to X-Ball for a knockout. Cheap little KO, but KO's a KO. Force you to hit me back with a Mewtwo, or risk this Mewtwo getting unchecked.
Yep.
I'm sure is worst case scenario for you. So Mewtwo just going rampant here.
N.
Yep, so it got me down to 3. Luckily I got my Smeargle down. You already attached as well, what's interesting. Might mean Mewtwo's a prize, maybe. I think the deck only plays 2, might play 3.
Free.
No, it's quite tight on space, it plays 3.
Does play free, so
Yeah.
I'm fine in that regard. Just make sure I get the attachment.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and portrait.
So I'm holding Super Rod Juniper Mewtwo. Gives you a really high chance of hitting it. Do you throw away N Juniper? Is that fighting and switch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dark Patch, you're down to free, yeah?
Yeah.
Junk Arm. Dark. Junk Arm. Dual Ball.
Switch or Jewel Ball. Okay. That will be for hopefully double heads for Mewtwo Shaman.
One hits.
One heads. Do you have a piece of the puzzle? Yes, you do. You might have Dark Patch in hand. You might just be settling for a Night Sphere here.
Dark Patch.
Yep. I haven't seen Mewtwo yet, so I'm feeling pretty confident
Mewtwo?
here. Oh, there's a Mewtwo.
Shaman. Unsure what the last turn she's going to go for. I'll go into Darkrai. Retreat. Knockout.
Yep. Yep. Put Smeagol. Draw. Okay. Let's go Super Rod for Mewtwo, Lightning, Mewtwo.
Sure. And even if you get this knockout, you're still on one, so that's good.
Well, I'm not aiming for this knockout. I'm aiming for a catcher Zekrom knockout. Or even a Bolt Strike isn't the worst. Juniper Mewtwo switch.
Yep.
I think I'm taking this knockout. Mewtwo Portrait.
So nothing.
Today's random receiver is pretty scary though. Um, but I hope you hit N. Dynamotor, Retreat. Um, Attached to Smeagol again.
Yep.
X-Ball knockout.
Okay. So that means I gotta hit some stuff. Draw. Got the plus power.
Mewtwo, which is pretty huge.
How many cards in hand?
Holding 7.
So random receiver. Juniper. This might come down to super scoop up.
Interesting.
Yeah, surely it will. Juniper, discard catcher DC.
Yo.
Super scoop up. Tails.
Oh.
Dark patch. Yeah, that's gonna come down to super scoop up at some point. How many Pont and Juniper have you played so far?
1 Juniper, 2 Juniper, 1 N. 1 N, 2 Juniper, no pond.
Bench Mewtwo. Portrait.
Holding Lightning, N, Zekrom, random receiver, N.
Oh, and
Hey, oh, I'm getting 1 card.
attach. Treat.
Fuck. 1 card, sorry.
Night Spear 30 Dynamo.
Night Spear, 30 Dynamo, was that?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's 90,
Oh, it's actually 100 because of plus power.
100? Yeah. 3 Dynamo. So I'll draw, and then I'll draw. Okay, random receiver,
Oh.
an N
Oh,
in
good.
hand.
Good, 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 good.
Not playing the N because I've got a Juniper in hand.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I hit back the fucking out. I just want to spin a card. So what do I need? Beast plus power catcher. Uh,
D's catcher.
yeah, energy catcher even because you got Smeagol.
Yeah.
So I'll Juniper. Haven't hit it yet. Wow, it's pretty bad.
That's super screw up tail stuff. Had that just been a heads, that this would have been over.
Okay, max potion the Dynamo.
Sure.
How much damage do I need to do with the Starcraft?
Huh?
Heaps still, right? I need to still do heaps to the Starcraft. Yeah, that's not achievable. Switch into my guy. We got a Beast still. Plus power, may as well. Portrait. Okay, that's not game still.
Nope. Only catcher is. So far I played two junk arm, one catcher, two junk arm, one catcher.
Jump on one catcher. Okay. I'm gonna dynamo to the dynamo.
Yeah, just gonna
Retreat.
check how much of my supporters that played.
Retreat the Smeagol. And then I'm just going to Thunderwave. Can you not paralyzed?
Not paralyzed. Yeah, and Evilites,
Zero.
so 0.
Yeah.
Draw. Cards in hand.
Holding 3.
Uh, for sure they're not catchers. Could just
You know they're not
be...
catchers. You know they're not junk arms.
Yes. Oh, it's such a tough one. Because if I go ahead and portrait whiff, I lose. And I think I just can't take the risk. Because that's the reason why I found a whiff. Because if you had it, you wouldn't have been worried. Yeah, Night Spear 30 Mewtwo.
That's your 32 meter. Yep.
Got it yet?
Okay. I don't yet. I'm working out what I want to promote here. So. I think it's
Yeah.
just the Mewtwo.
We agree that's a right play though, right?
Yeah, probably. Unluckily for you, I have a Juniper. Juniper. And there's the junk arm.
Yeah, I had the game next turn.
Yeah, junk arm for Thatcher.
Yep. GG.
GG. Fucking eel somehow sacks its way out of that shit. Oh, the last catch was price, so I was only drawing junk arm.
Oh.
Lovely. I still had all my junk arm, by the way. Yeah, I had 2 still. Plus that one might have played.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could just happen. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll
I
note that up.
took the risk of playing aggressive there, and that you couldn't hit me.
Yeah.
And luckily, you couldn't hit me.
Yep. That was close. Even though it started up being 2 up, yeah, that's just how this format can go, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of cheese decks what can get aggressive way too early.
Exactly. So yeah, I ended up losing 3-2, and thanks for watching.